Hello, everybody. So I just was finished with a lesson on the Radiance. Two wonderful ladies, Laura and Marilyn. And Marilyn brought her grandson, and he's really into it. He's really into it. So it was good to have him there. He fixed my computer. So I mean, her grandson like isn't a little kid. He's a grown up with a job and everything. So it was wonderful. So I just gave a lesson, and we were doing buttonholes on the Radiance. The stitch regulator. I'm like really excited about it. So we never had that before, and we tried doing ruler work. Ruler work was you buy these quilting rulers that are all different shapes, and then you buy a ruler foot, and it's a presser foot for the machine that's like a 1/4 inch thick, and then you guide that presser foot along that ruler to create quilting designs. But all the while you're guiding it, because it's free motion, you got to keep your stitches uniform in length in order for it to end up looking good. And which we said, forget it. It's too hard. Don't buy those rulers. Do not buy that foot. Anybody that came in, we just said, it's too hard. It's too hard to do everything, and it's really slow. And so now that we have a stitch regulator, I think we are going to get into those rulers. So don't if you bought those rulers and the ruler foot, although we have to use our stitch regulator, so they need to make a ruler foot for our stitch regulator. So I'll show you the feet that came with the stitch regulator. In fact, I have some of them here, and I don't know whether they're going to be able to see. Oh, I know, I have paper over here. Oop, we'll just get this paper, and then I'll lay it on here. So this is like the Echo quilting foot. It also comes with an open toe foot. Here's the open toe foot, and then the regular foot. When we go over to the machine, I'll show you those. And what's nice, now when you open up your new Radiance, these are going to be wrapped in bubble, but you're going to have a place to keep them in your tray. So there, that one fits in there, and here. There's another one for your closed toe, but we don't know what goes in there. Oh, doesn't it look like big and thick, like it would be something for ruler work? I think it is. I bet it will be, right? There's an open one. So they said they told me there is a lot more to come with this machine. So I think I'm excited. Something goes in there. So now, also, when you open up your tray, your stitch regulator and your buttonhole foot A are not going to be in there. So the buttonhole foot A, it'll be wrapped in bubble, and you'll bring it to your case and you'll slide it in. There's a slot that it goes in. Same thing, right here is where you keep your stitch regulator. Right here is where you're going to put your digital dual feed. So they have places to put everything, which is really nice. Now, the other thing is the mouse. So what's really nice about using a mouse is that you can rest your mouse on a word on the machine, and it will tell you what that foot is, what that button will do. So now, I don't know anything about these wireless mouse, but I know whenever it has a pull tab with an arrow, I know I should pull it. So I'm thinking that will get, I don't know whether it gets a battery going, but then you open it up, and there is this little piece. You don't need that. You don't need it. Your machine, so you just put that right back in there. Your machine is already for the wireless mouse. So they said it has Bluetooth. So now they didn't make this machine Bluetooth ready just for a mouse. There's going to be other things coming out for it, right? Because you wouldn't bother doing that. making it Bluetooth ready, right? You have other things that they're going to be bringing out for it. So, it's all very exciting and wonderful. So, okay. So, and I was told you don't have to do anything. You just take this mouse over to the machine and it's going to work. So we're going to try that right now. And I'm going to get it set up to do the free motion using the stitch regulator. And I'll show you the different. So, okay. So now I did read that somebody that owned a Radiance put that little piece in their machine and their machine went haywire. So that's why I wanted to warn you, you don't plug that into the machine. It is ready to go right now. So it's really fun learning all these new things, right? Well, Connie, let me show you what the mouse is going to do for you. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the machine. All right. And, I should have turned off the stitch regulator, but I am gonna, because I should have shown you how to get it started and how to turn it on. Okay, let me make sure my mouse, okay, there's an on switch. There, do you think that's going to make it work? Oh, no, see, it's not like doing anything. There's no light on. Do you think I have to? We're going to get Steve to come in and tell us how to make this work. There's a battery in there. And there. Oh, see, that's why I wanted to do this, just because I wanted, they told me you just take it and put it near your machine and it will start working. But it is not working. We'll get Steve to come over and tell us.
You might need to go to like settings or something.
Yeah, okay. So let's see. Settings. Settings. Automatic fabric sensor system.
Maybe to the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi right there. Okay. There it's on. That network app guide. No. Mm-mm. So I don't know. Let's go to the next page. Download the update program. No. Oh, we'll get Steve to help us. There. Now that mouse had been opened, so I wonder if.
What do you need help with?
It won't turn on. So Tommy's coming to my rescue.
I'm the mouse expert.
Okay. So you tell them what you're doing.
Where's the Avenir mouse? Well, this could help.
Well, no, you're not supposed to plug that in.
You don't want to do that.
No, because somebody on Facebook plugged that in, and it made their machine go haywire. So go ask Steve how you make it work.
Is this Bluetooth?
Yeah, and the machine is already Bluetooth. Okay. So, okay. Oh.
Let's see what this does. Those are all our networks. Okay. Is there a Bluetooth?
Is it on my Gloria Horn Sewing Academy? Should we pick one?
No,
there.
You don't.
No,
that's not Bluetooth.
Okay. Oh, it's gonna make us mad. Steve's gonna come over and press one button.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's go through all the settings.
Mm-hmm.
So there must be a device setting. I need to sit down and play with this machine.
Yes, you do. So you can come to my rescue. Why don't you go?
That one.
Okay.
Donna said she was able to use the USB plug mouse with no problem.
Oh, yeah. So we can put a regular wired mouse.
Okay.
But everybody wants a... yeah. Go ask Steve. I'll get them started with Stitch Regulator.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like we're so close.
We are. Yes. Yes. But the light isn't coming on. So maybe we have a bad battery or something. So anyhow, I'm going to tell it, okay. All right. Now, okay. So when you get started with this, you're not going to have your Stitch Regulator plugged in. Okay. So and then when you're going to turn on your machine. So we're just going to turn on our machine. And I have the embroidery unit, so it's going to do its thing and calibrate. Okay. And just so you know, it does take it longer to boot up than we're used to. And they told us, don't touch the screen. So just wait. We got to relax and wait. I hope they can't see all the fingerprints on my screen. Can they, Kate? I hope.
A little bit. They can also see you on the screen.
Oh, they do? Hi. Okay. All right. All right. It's going. So they said even if it goes blank, don't touch anything. Now, once you get your radiance up, then I say touch it to wake up the machine. Important update available. So I guess this one doesn't have the update, but we're gonna say okay and okay.
The carriage of the embroidery
And there, my friend will tell me
keep
that
your hands, etc., away from the carriage.
okay. So I'm gonna say okay, and it's gonna do the calibration of the embroidery unit. Every machine I've ever seen does do this calibration. Okay, we are going to go to sewing.
The carriage of the embroidery
And it's
unit
going to
will
tell me
move.
that it's going to move again.
Keep your hands, etc., away from the carriage.
And I feel like sometimes I press the buttons too fast. Okay, now you're going to put your stitch regulator on, which your whole ankle has to come off, and then you're going to plug in the stitch regulator to the back. So, and you will see the moment it is plugged in, the screen on the machine is going to change. There. Okay, so there, you can start free motion quilting with the stitch regulator. Be careful not to pull the fabric tightly, causing it to break the needle. So it's just warning you to not push or pull your fabric too much. So, okay, all right. And there, it turns on automatically. So I don't have to know what to press. It's going to press it. Now, there's 3 modes there. The first one is mode number 1. The needle's going to stop whenever I stop. Mode number 2, the needle is going to stitch in place until I move the fabric. And then mode number 3 is going to baste. So I kind of like to start with baste because you'd normally be basting your quilt together. When using the basting stitching, do not use the stitch regulator open toe foot. Otherwise, the needle may break. So this is the open toe. Okay, maybe what I should do, can they say that this one is a closed toe, or should I take it off? Like here, to take it off, you push forward. There's a little switch in the back. You push it forward and then it pops off. So here is the closed toe. And this is the one they suggest to use when you're doing the basting. Okay, so you got 3 feet with the machine. You got the echo quilting, open toe, and the closed toe. Now, when I go to get started, you want to pull up your bobbin thread. Now, what are these here? This is telling me, the green line is telling me that if that green line is off the fabric, it's not, the stitch regulator is not going to work. Okay, so you got to make sure that that line is on your fabric. So see, when that's back that far, your stitch regulator isn't on the fabric either. So you got to make sure. Maybe I'll start down here. So normally you would go from center and you'd move out. Let's do it that way. So first I'm going to bring my needle down, bring my needle up, lift my foot, and pull on my thread and pull up that bobbin thread. Now this is when we usually have our tweezers ready, and I knew, Kate, I knew that I would forget to bring something. So let's see. I'm gonna go here. Maybe I'll lower the foot and do it again. Pull it up. If I had my tweezers, I could get it up real easy. Okay, let's go here.
I have these tweezers.
I got it. But okay, but they'll work for now. The hockey stick tweezers work the best. Okay, so you're just going to put a finger on it. So you're going to pull up your bobbin thread, put a finger on it. Okay, so it said when basting, do not use. So I'm just going to say, okay. Now you can't sit long. It's not going to do anything until you start moving. Oh, okay. Oh no, I have to press on with my foot control. I have my foot control on. So here it is going to take a stitch. I'm going to pull these threads off to the side so you can see. So if I move my needle slow, it's going to, or if I move my fabric slow, it's going to move slow. If I go fast, so look at this. If I move this slow, like it's going to go really slow, too slow. So you're just basting your quilt together. It doesn't matter where you're stitching. So you're just going to pull it. Now, of course, it helps to have gloves. We're getting all those things in to help you do the stitch regulation. But again, if you go really slow, now what's neat about it on my screen, so here, each one of these stitches is about, I'm going to say like 1.25 inches. But I can make them closer together. I can make them only 10 millimeter. So here, so you can have them closer together if you like, or farther apart. So I'll go length. Now, I guess the highest it will go is 30. So press on my foot control and then move. If I don't move my fabric, and even when my foot control is depressed, nothing's going to happen. Nothing happens until you start moving. So there it is at 30 millimeter. Okay. Now, okay, so you basted your quilt. Now, normally, from what I understand, now remember, I haven't been quilting that long, and I don't follow the rules of quilting. But what I understand is you start in the middle of your quilt and move out. So, like you go from the middle to the upper right corner, lower right corner, upper left. So you go from center out. And what you're trying to prevent is the fabric underneath from pleating. So we have basted our quilt together, and now we want to start quilting. So I'm going to select mode number 1. Okay, I've got my foot control on, so I'm going to depress my foot control, and see, it just takes a stitch. Then when I start to move, it moves. And just play with it. Now, do you hear it? Beep. No, I'm doing good. Oh, beeping. Beeping means you're going too fast. But you know what? Even when I go too fast, it still regulates the stitch. So start out doing these loops. I find that that's easier for me to do than the stippling. I get so hung up on not crossing over and doing a puzzle piece that I just end up doing terrible. Okay, so that is intermittent mode. Nothing is going to happen till I start moving my fabric. I depress my foot control. My needle comes up, but nothing happens. Well, I have to move my fabric. And if you go real slow or faster, your stitches are all going to be uniform in length. Now, I call it you outran the stitch regulator. So I can see right here a couple of my stitches are too long. That's because I was moving my fabric too fast, but still it looks good. So that wouldn't bother me at all, especially when I'm new at it. Okay, next one is, okay, I think I'm going to stay in 1 for a little bit and try to turn corners. Oh, no. Okay. Here, I'm just going to go up, down. But, okay. So I did pretty good. That one kind of rounded there. But in continuous mode, which is number 2, I just pressed number 2. Now, when I press on the foot control, it's going to stitch in place until I move. It'll stay there all day. See, I've got my foot control down. And then once I move, I'll go over to a clean area. We'll try to do stippling. I'm doing pretty good. Remember, you don't have to go very far. You can stop. So I lifted off my foot control and it stopped. When I press down on my foot control, it stitches in place. So you know what? I'm thinking I like continuous mode, because if I wanted to stop, it stops. I just lift my foot off the foot control. But when I want it to go, I want to see it going. Okay, I know it's going to go. And now when I move. So isn't that cool? I mean, this stitch regulator is unbelievable. Okay, now, while I'm here, I want to turn on the guide beam. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the guide beam. It says, wait a minute. Okay, and I've got the main guide beam, and I've got some choices. So here I've got a straight line. I can select a plus. So it's going to give me, a plus coming right down the center. It'll give me a dot, and it's like real hard to see. I think the dot is like right in the middle where I can't see. But if I go to sub, there's a whole bunch of things we can select. So we've got a grid. So look at the grid, and then you can change the size. So, oh, now look at it said a malfunction occurred. So if it's because I'm pressing so many buttons so fast, you'll have that happening. They said that with the update that comes out January 15th, or we were told mid-January, we're kind of saying January 15th, but with the update that comes out there, it's going to correct that. So reboot while you're playing, and they're going to solve it. But I just want to show them a couple more things with the grid. With the grid, you can change the size, but there's crosshairs. There's all kinds of neat things that are going to help us do our free motion quilting. So we will be doing lessons on it. So here, turn it on. See, my machine, I don't think was updated. We just opened it, so I bet we didn't update it yet. Okay. Oh, it says, every time it's going to tell you to remove the stitch regulator. So I'll pull that out. Okay.
So Tommy and Steve both said you can plug the mouse in. The USB.
You do plug it in.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so I should do that. Okay, let's try. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up. Just don't believe what you hear on Facebook then, because I was told you didn't need. So this part gets plugged into the machine. Okay, I'm gonna probably block the screen, but I'll just put it in. Okay. And I don't see a light coming on. Let's see if it even works. No.
Is the on button?
Maybe I switched it the wrong way.
There.
It's working. Okay. I thought you didn't have to. I don't know. Okay. But anyhow, so what's neat about using the mouse, is you lay okay, so needle is down. Okay, I got to do what it's telling me first. Okay.
The carriage of the embroidery unit will move. Keep your hand.
Okay. It takes a while for it to boot up. Okay, so now I'm going to go to sewing.
The carriage of the embroidery unit will move. Keep your hands, etc., away from the carriage.
Okay. Now let's try. So see, I'm resting my mouse on the camera, and it's telling me camera view. Rest my mouse. Now on settings, it doesn't tell me, but the machine help comes up. This one, presser foot needle exchange. This one, screen lock. This one, home page. So it's telling me the name of the button. So, and thread color change. Let's see, I'm just going here. Pivot auto up. This one, automatic thread cutting, automatic reinforce. So it tells you the name of the button, which is really going to help us when we get into IQ Designer. So I no longer will have to call it pocket with the arrow pointing out. We'll be able to tell it by its real name. So there, when I rested my mouse on the buttonhole menu, it says buttonholes bar tacks, heirloom stitches on menu 3, menu, let's see, it was on, decorative stitches in menu 2. So I think that's really going to help us. So, okay, but now I'm going to turn on the guide beam. I don't have the stitch regulator plugged in, but I just want to go to sub and see we have the grid, and we can change the size of the grid. So I can hold that in and the grid will get bigger. Oh, by the way, Kate figured out how to show you the projector without that rainbow thing, right? Yes, so she figured it out. So our videos are going to be even better. So you can make the grid real close together, far apart, and follow the lines. Now your angles, okay? So right now I have it in a 90-degree angle. We'll be teaching you all of this, but all of these things can be accessed when you have your stitch regulator on. So here's 150. So see how the line goes out, far it goes out the back. Also, like, let's go to the line. Oh, I got to say okay first. The line. Now, subline position. See, I'm thinking we go main line and the line. And there, okay, look at how long it is. Before, our line only went out like like an inch, two, maybe 2 inches. Now it's twice the length. So there's so many neat new things. So hopefully I showed you enough to start playing with your stitch regulator. Okay. All right. So I do have a couple things to tell you about. And I guess we'll go up here and I'll just talk them through it. I think so. We have John wanted to come in and talk to everybody, but which maybe he'll come running in. But he is the one scheduling the classes, so I think he wanted to tell people about the classes. So everybody that's taken our classes has left really happy because they've gotten to play with the machine, touch the machine, get it to do a whole bunch of things. It is different than the Solaris, but you just got to get used to it. And it will just take you one class of playing with me where you're gonna feel comfortable. So if you live in this area, we've actually had people come from pretty far to take the class, and they all left happy. So make a point to come here, and we will teach you. But everything that we're going to teach in the class, we will teach online too. Now, Baby Lock also, they are for all the limited edition owners. There is a series of classes that you are going to get, but Steve said they haven't been released yet. So I have a feeling we're not going to see that kind of thing until we get that big update that they told us is coming in January. So yeah, so make sure, watch our shows. Baby Lock, Patty Marty and Mike Johns are fantastic at teaching. They're way better than me. And they're going to be releasing very professionally done videos, but we are having a lot of fun with it. So, but if you can come here, make sure you give our store a call. They'll connect you with John, who's scheduling the classes, but that's 412-344-2330. And come see us, and we'll get you more comfortable on the machine. I've been really, really happy because everybody that leaves our classes leaves really happy. So that's making me feel good. And, and I want to make sure that everyone who buys the Radiance and the Avenir feel really good too. Our Avenirs, we hear, are on the way too. So I know those of you that put the deposits down, we will be calling you. I don't think they came today, so I don't think we're going to see them till next week. Yeah, so it's really exciting. But, okay, so you all have a friend that drooled over your Solaris, right? So we do have, we have Baby Lock Solarises that have all the upgrades. And then we also have Baby Lock Solaris 2s that have all the upgrades. And then we also have Baby Lock Solaris Visions. So prices are ranging, from what I'm hearing people paying, is they're ranging from $58.88 up to $78.88, which is really, really good deal on that wonderful machine. So if you are interested, call Steve. And John's already talking to those people too. So, and it's 412-344-2330. And option 2 takes you to Steve. If he's busy, he's been so busy talking to people on the phone, but John listens to his messages and he may be the one that calls you back. So, okay. Yes. So we just kind of, you don't even have to put a deposit on the Solarises or the Luminaires. We also have some beautiful Luminaires. Just give them a call to talk over like what you're looking for in a machine, what kind of price you wanted to pay, and what that'll get you, or come see us. Come see us. Now, tomorrow, aren't we closing early? I think that we're closing at 1. Yeah, I think Steve saw that a whole bunch of us are tired, and I'm still a little tired. So I'm looking forward to having a little bit of break. So we are closing, I think we're just going to be open from 10 to 1 tomorrow. And then Monday, we're putting in a full day, 10 to 5 on Monday. And then, but Tuesday and Wednesday, we have off. So New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, we have off. It's kind of funny because, like, I don't know, I would not go. It's like we're getting ready to go to a party, right? Because we need the day off. But I don't think all of us are just going to sit on our couch, except for probably you, right? The young people, they'll go out. All the young people, yes, yes. So, oh yeah, top 24 from 2024. Yes, I'll be working on that all weekend. Yeah, I'll work on that.
I sent
So
out an email about it.
okay, yeah. So on Monday at 3 o'clock, we are going to do the top 24 products from 2024. So it's going to be a fun show. If we still have Christmas fabric, which I think we do, I think we have tons of it. So if, we will also be doing Christmas fabric at only $6.88 a yard. So yes, there will be a show on Monday at 3 o'clock. Definitely on Monday. So now, okay. So the only other thing we had for people to buy was the mouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that wireless mouse. So we have one that says Avenir across it. So it actually can be used in the Solaris or the Avenir, but it says Avenir across it. And that one is they're only $21.95. Now remember, all weekend, so you'll still be able to do it on Monday. We're doing the 10% put back into your account until I guess midnight on December 31st, and then then that 10% put back into your account gets put back. So Kathy Wheeler, yeah, she is meeting our Kathy. Yeah, so she's going to be getting her radiance. Is it today, Kathy? I don't know whether it is. So all right, okay. So anyhow, that's all I was going to show you today. I want you to pull out that stitch regulator, give it a try. I think you're going to be like, wow, this is really cool. So Radiance only work with this mouse? No, that I think it'll work with other. It'll work with the, we have the wired mouse too, which for me, that's better. I would drop this somewhere and lose it, whereas my wired mouse, I can't lose it. So, but I'm hearing other people are buying the wireless mices, and they're working. So we know these were the specifications that we were given. So these we know worked, but I'm seeing on Facebook and everything that people are just buying them and they're working. So yeah, so I think you'd be all right. We'd love you to buy it from us, but you don't have to. All right. Okay, everyone, I've got a big job this weekend. There's a certain candy that we are putting in Tommy's first box, and the candy has arrived, and I'm going to work on putting the candy into the boxes for the rest of the day and all day tomorrow. And then I'm going to do the top 24 for 2024. Joni's going to help me on that. So, all right, everyone, we will see you Monday at 3 for a big show. Get ready. All right, bye-bye.